What's shaking, my friends? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shay, and today we're going to talk about all the March releases that I'm super excited about. So, if you don't know, this is just traditional releases, self-published releases. I will leave a link down in the description with Rob DeHaze's website where he puts out, spends great time putting out self-published releases every month. I'll link it down below. Please check those out. These are just traditional published books that I am interested in. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to kick it off. I have my computer right down here, so if I look down, that's what I'm looking at. We're going to go ahead and kick it off with March the 1st with The Bride of Death by F.M. Aiden. This is an adult debut following the journey of a young woman who seeks to defeat death himself and save her village from his torment. Now, I think this does have some romantic elements in it. I don't know if it's fully classified as a fantasy romance, but I think that it is. And I have been, you know, enjoying some fantasy romance lately, so hopefully I will do so. Coming out on February the 5th, we have Listen for the Lie by Amy Tinterra. Now, what if you thought you murdered your best friend, and if everyone else thought so too, and what if the truth doesn't matter? So this is about a girl who something happened in the past. She doesn't remember any of it, and I believe now a true crime podcast has come and resurrected the case, and so then she has to dive back into what happened back in the past. So intriguing. There's a lot of mystery thrillers and horrors on the list this month because there's not a lot of fantasy releases I'm excited about in the month of March. What's going on, publishers? But I will say there was a lot in February, so they're probably taking a break. Also coming out on the 5th is Murder Road by Simone St. James. So I have read some of Simone St. James's previous work and really did enjoy it when I read it. So this is her new release. A young couple finds themselves haunted by a string of gruesome murders committed along an old deserted road, and then somehow they get accused of these murders. So apparently along this stretch of road there's been a lot of murders, and they take a wrong turn and pick up this hitchhiker, and when the hitchhiker gets in the car, she has blood everywhere, and they take her to the hospital and she dies. And then it's kind of like what has happened, and now they're in the middle of a murder mystery. Also coming out on the 5th is The Haunting of Velwood by Gwendolyn Kist. Now, I saw Kayla from Books and Lala, I think that's who it was, read and review this list, and so that's why it's on my list. It sounded very intriguing. A suburban ghost story about a small town that trapped 3 young women who must confront the past if they're going to have a future. So I think in this specific town, like, everybody has died except for these 3 people, and then so that's a mystery. Why did these 3 people survive? What's going to happen? What made everybody else die? I am all into stories like that. Coming out on the 12th is A Feather So Black by Lyra Celine. I'm not sure if I said that right. Set in a world of perilous magic and moonlit forests, the seductive romantic fantasy tells the story of a defiant changeling, her cursed sister, and the dangerous Fae Lord she must defeat to save her family. So, I'm intrigued. Again, I'm trying to get more into fantasy romance this year, so be on the lookout for me reading some more of that. It's also the start of a series, I think. Now moving on to March the 19th, we have Cascade Failure by L.M. Sagas, and this has a very, very beautiful cover. It is featuring a fierce, messy, chaotic space family, vibrant worlds, and an exploration of the many ways to be and not to be human. So I'm very intrigued about this. It also is the start of a new series. Also on the 19th, we have The Woods All Black by Lee Mandello, and I keep putting his books on my anticipated releases, and then I never read them, but this one is also intriguing. Equal parts historical horror, trans romance, and blood-soaked revenge, all set in 1920s Appalachia. So an Appalachian period piece that explores reproductive justice and bodily autonomy, the terrors of small-town religiosity, and the necessity of fighting tooth and claw to live as who you truly are. So we love a horror. We also love a horror that has social commentary. So there you go. Also, on the 19th, we have Floating Hotel by Grace Curtis. Now, she had a release last year that was also on my list that I didn't get to, but this is a cozy debut science fiction novel that tells a story of misfits, rebels, found family, and a mystery that spans the stars. So, of course, they're going to use all the buzzwords to draw you in, and it worked because it drew me in. So I am anticipating reading that. Last thing on the 19th is In the Orbit of You by Ashley Schumacher. I love Ashley Schumacher. This is a YA contemporary romance. She writes YA contemporary romances, and she does it so well because I don't know if she's the only one in this space, but she's one of the ones in the space that it's not just romance. They have hard-hitting topics, and she is fastly becoming my favorite author. I didn't get a chance to read her release from last year, which is the only one I have not read, so I need to read that one and this one to kind of catch up. In this one, a personality test reunites two friends and makes them second guess their careful plan. It is a story about the enduring and changing nature of friendship, of the strange struggle between who you are and who you want to be, and finding your voice after trauma. So just trigger warnings for if you're going to go into her books. Like, they are very, very hard-hitting topics, so be prepared. I have cried every single one of her books, and they are amazing, and I would highly recommend it. Moving on to the 26th is going to be Everyone is Watching by Heather Gudenkauf. I don't know if I said that right. She had a release that was very popular either last year or the year before, I'm not sure. But I want to read that one, but I also want to read this one. It is following a game show, a reality contest game show. When long-kept secrets begin to rise to the surface, the contestants realize this is no longer just a reality show. Someone is out for blood, and the game can't end until the world knows who the contestants really are. So I'm all for that kind of, it seems like a locked door kind of mystery. It takes place in one setting. They're in a reality show. Yes, please. Also, on the 26th, we have How to Solve Your Own Murder by Kristen Perrin. For fans of Knives Out and the Thursday Murder Club, an enormously fun mystery about a woman who spends her entire life trying to prevent her foretold murder, only to be proven right 60 years later when she is found dead in her sprawling country estate. Now it's up to her great niece to catch the killer. So this is a series. I think it's the start of a series, and I like the cover. I like books like this. I don't know. I'm also wanting to get into my cozy mystery era. Maybe that's what this is. And lastly, coming out on March the 26th is Diavola by Jennifer Marie Thorne. This is a stunning cover. It skewers all too familiar family dynamics in this sly, wickedly funny vacation gothic. Beautifully unhinged and deeply satisfying, Diavola is a sharp twist on the classic haunted house story, exploring loneliness, belonging, and the seemingly inescapable bonds of family mythology. So this is a family drama horror, and I loved when I clicked on the book and it had the little trigger warning about how if large family gatherings trigger you, don't read this. I thought that was funny. But I'm very interested in reading this book. I want to lead more into some horrors every so often. I've already read some horror this year and really enjoyed my time with it, and I cannot wait to get into more. So that's all that I'm looking forward to in March. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to reading being released in March. Maybe I want to check it out. Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.